Today we're taking a look at all of the in-game settings for Farming Simulator 25 on console. I'm going to be on the Xbox, but these are the same on PlayStation as well. So first things first, scroll down to Options, and here you are going to find your game settings. Now this is not official information that I've been able to find so far. However, I did notice before we even get started, on my Xbox, when I was going through OBS settings with an Elgato capture card, which will do 4K 60 or more, Farming Simulator was actually locked at 4K 30, 1440 60, or 1080p 120. You may find different results, but I wanted to at least let you know what I have found so far. So let's get it started. We start with invert Y look. We also have field of view for not only the regular field of view, but we also have first person and third person field of view as well. I'm actually not sure which one the difference is between field of view and first person field of view. Beforehand, we've only had one of these, so maybe we'll have to figure that one out. We also have in-game HUD scale. Now, this will start at 100%. Normally, I use 70, but I've found that 70 works, it's a little bit small. So 80% seems to be working okay for me. As far as the brightness, Farming Simulator is very bright. 1 might be a little bit much, just letting you know. Realistic beacons, we also have yes or no with that as well. Why is mine off? Let's go with that. And then we've got some other goodies as well, including sound, which is going to be our volume master. We have music volume, vehicle volume, environment volume, characters, radio, and GUI. That's going to be the clicking going through the menu. Next, let's go in-game. And to do this, you're going to have to go down to the bottom, go to settings, and then game settings. Here you're going to find all the goodies that you are looking for. So we have pause game, yes and no. The name, you can change up the name so you know which game save is which. You've also got autosave intervals up to 15 minutes, or off as I like to leave it. Timescales go between 1 and 360, which is super duper cool. Oh yeah, but between 0.5. We also have an economic difficulty of easy, normal, and hard, so you can play the way you want. This is going to affect your crop prices at the end of the day. Traffic on and off. Traffic's kind of annoying, but it's interesting to watch in 25, so maybe you want to leave it on and check out and see what they do. Seasons growth, we have yes, no, and pause. Now, I don't know why you would want to use paused, but yes means you will use the growth calendar, and no just means you'll just plant stuff and have it. So there's that. Days per month, we've got 1 day all the way up to 28 if you want, and everything in between going by ones, so you can go up to like basically every month would be February. You've got visual fixed month, off, March, April, etc. Basically, off means that you're going to go with the season. So if it says it's August, it's going to look like August. If it says it's January, it's going to look like January. However, with this, you could set it. So the best thing to do here would be, if you want to play like Farming Simulator 19 was without seasons, seasonal growth, no. And then go fixed visual month like July or August. That's going to give you what you want there. And then days per month, set that to 1, and you'll be good to go. Everything will basically just be perpetually in game. We also have snow, which you could turn on or off. If you don't like snow, which there's some people that don't like the snow, that's okay. You don't have to have it if you don't want it. Let's go back to crops and growth. So crop destruction, on or off. Periodic plowing, off or on. Field stones, we also have lime, weeds, and disaster destruction. So a couple things here enabled. So whenever you've got like tornadoes and hail that come through, they will destroy everything. Then you have visuals only. This is kind of like a racing game where even though your quarter panel's messed up, you're not going to actually have any damage. So you can do visuals only or just disabled. So I would assume, I don't actually know this, but I would assume with the visuals only, this is going to be like, you'll see the tornado, but it doesn't do anything. Or you'll see the hail, but it doesn't actually do anything. That's what I'm guessing here. We've also got dirt of normal, fast, off, slow. So you can have dirt turned on or off and how fast it accumulates over time. I like to turn mine on fast just because I think it's fun. Automatic engine start, yes or no. This is where you get in the vehicle and it turns on automatically for you. So also means that when you get out and you turn it off, there's some things you can't do. So yeah, I leave this off because I like to turn mine on by myself. Stop and go braking. This is just going to be whenever you pull forward and stop. When you hit the reverse, it's going to go ahead and reverse without having to let go and re-push it again. That's really annoying setting. Some people like it, some people don't. I hate it. Fill trailer fill volume. Basically, every single trailer and tipper or anything that holds anything has a certain weight to it, and how much it will hold has a maximum capacity for weight. So sometimes you'll hit that before you hit your literage. And that right there is how that happens. You've also got fuel usage, normal, high, and low. Then we have AI workers finally at the very bottom, where they'll do fuel, seeds, and fertilizer. So if you have this set to buy, for example, and you set a worker into the field, it will actually buy fuel, seeds, and fertilizer without having to fill up the machines, which can be helpful to new players. However, your money goes back faster. So that's another thing to keep in mind. If you want to save your money, turn these off. If you don't care about money, set them to buy. That's okay. There's nothing wrong with that. Then lastly, we have slurry and manure. These are going to be set up for buy or off for now. However, if you have an animal pen, for example, a cattle pen or a pig pen that will run manure or slurry or hold those, well, you can actually set this to those specific pens. And so you don't actually have to fill up your stuff. You just go out of the field, hire the worker, and it'll utilize the stuff from that pen. It's very cool. It's a really neat and easy way to do it without having to load everything up. And then we also have general settings. This is where the fun stuff happens. So we've got our help window, which you can turn on or off in the game. For example, when I go here, there's no help window at the top right-hand corner. But if I turn that on, please turn that on. I hate the new menu system so much. There you go. Now we have the help window at the top. And yes, I do hate the new menu system. It is changing things for the sake of changing them, not for the sake of making them better. But that's just a personal opinion. You may like this. We also have colorblind mode, which is going to change stuff up to make it a little bit easier to differentiate between certain shades, interactive zone markers, info triggers, and filled info. Just kind of shows extra information and visuals for you guys. This next this next setup is very, very cool, even though for some reason I can't get to it. It wouldn't go down, so I had to go this way. Boy, that was weird. All right, well, it's fixed now. Money unit, we have euros, dollars, and pounds. So hopefully you'll be able to utilize one of those depending on where you live. We also have money units, measuring units. Sorry, I'm actually using a really tiny screen to see this. My normal screen still on Farming Simulator on PC. Measuring units, you've got kilometers or miles. Temperature unit, you've got Celsius and Fahrenheit. And area unit. So cool. Hectares and acres. Acres is finally here. It's taken how long? And now all we have to do is beg them to change liters to bushels. And we win. Almost, kind of, sort of, not really. Everything's got the wrong warning signs. I digress. People say that I don't criticize Giant Software enough. I criticize them all the time. You just don't hear it. Radio, we've got off and on, and then radio range, always or vehicle only. Next up, we've got camera. So you've got reset vehicle camera. What this is going to do whenever you tab to a vehicle. Let's say you've jumped into your John Deere. You're riding, and then you jump out, and you go to something different, and then you come back to that John Deere. If you have this set to off, the camera is going to be where you left it. If you set it to on, it is going to automatically reset everything, and you have to kind of move in and out, zoom in and out. If you've got a favorite camera angle, you can just set it in the vehicle and leave it. So set this to off if you want to do that. I recommend setting this to off to everybody. Indoor camera suspension, you've got that. We also have dynamic vehicle camera as well. These are kind of working together with each other. Basically, one kind of goes up and down, and the other one looks up and down. So, for example, your indoor camera suspension, if your tractor bounces, well, your vehicle or your person inside is kind of going to stay about the same. It's going to stay level-ish because they're not going to be bouncing around because your suspension on the seat has been working. Set that off. If you bump, your camera's going to bump. Then you have dynamic vehicle camera. This is kind of the up and down. For example, if you set it to on the vehicle camera, it will try to stay horizontal with the environment. There you go. A few other things. We have the invert Y look. This is going to basically reverse the up and down. And we also have input control. So these are quite important when it comes to playing the game. These are actually set to default, and I'm going to change to what I prefer. Maybe you like those, or maybe it's a good starting point for you. So, easy arm controls. On, definitely. Off, I don't get it. I just don't understand. On, it works for me. Then, camera sensitivity. This set is set to 100%. 100% is like 5%. I don't understand why it's so terrible, but it is. So set this to 300% and go from there. This is camera sensitivity is how long basically it takes to turn around when you're in first person. Third person's not bad. You like flick it around and the player's like, wee! But in first person, you're like, sucks. Vehicle arm sensitivity, I set this to 200%. You can set how you would like, but you'll be good to go. Steering back speed. For some reason, it is blacked out on settings right now. This may pop up in the preview. We're on version 1.2 already on consoles before release. I'm recording this 4 days before release. 4 days? What is time anymore? I don't even know. Steering sensitivity, you've got that if you want to. I recommend 100%. Just nice and easy. Direction change, automatic, of course. Gear shift, I leave it on automatic. You could set it to manual if you would like. If you like to go through the gears yourself, I don't. So I like to more put it in automatic and complain about it. Speedometer display value. So you've either got the engine speed or the vehicle speed. Switch to trains. This is only going to switch to trains when you have rented a train. If you haven't had a train rented, it's not going to switch over to them. So you're all good there. Input help mode. Well, there's no real reason to change the input help mode because there's nothing other than this plugged in. If I plugged in a steering wheel, it might do something with that. I don't know. We'll have to figure that out later on. I need to get me an Xbox wheel. Actually, I have one from Thrustmaster. Oh, we'll utilize that later on. And then wood harvesting, automatic cutting. Basically, this will automatically cut after the tree has been limbed. Then, lastly, we have some sound. So let's see if I can set these to my normal stuff. So volume master on 100%, vehicle volume on 100, environment volume 7, characters 100, radio off, and GUI off. I hate the clicking sound when you go back and forth between. Half the time I don't even play with sound on in Farming Simulator, especially on console anyway, so off works fine for me. And there you go. We got you all set up with settings on console for Farming Simulator 25. If you have any more questions, please let me know. If you enjoyed what you saw, please drop a like on it. Get subscribed if you do. Join the GoHam fam. Double check that notification bell. That way, when I release important information, you are the first to know about it. Hope you have an awesome day. Thanks for hanging out with me. I'll see you in the next one.